Good morning. Today is Monday, December 27th, 2021. Welcome to Columnhenge, everyone. I'm Leslie McQuade, and this is...
Welcome to the Secret Teachings of Jesus Revival. This morning we're going to be sharing with you some very amazing things. We'll be performing the opening of the 9th Treasury of Light again from the first book of Yahweh. This is a magnificent spiritual system, and it represents, in my opinion, the crown jewel of both Christianity and of Western esotericism in general. The methods used by Jesus in teaching his disciples to contact the higher dimensions are without parallel. They are amazingly effective. And this, believe it or not, the opening of the Treasuries of Lights with this magnificent system of angel contact is just the tip of a very large iceberg. I'm Reverend David Griffin.
I'm Reverend Leslie McQuade.
And this is the lost magic of Jesus Revival.
The sun is the dispenser of light to the earth. May the living light of the God Force inflame our souls with abundant life.
Our destiny lies amongst the stars, and to the stars humanity shall ascend.
Take a nice deep breath and feel into your body. Breathe deeply. Feel each breath as it moves into you. Follow your breath as it spreads throughout your body. And as you are breathing deeply and feeling deeply into each and every part of yourself, visualize yourself as the tree of life, however it is you imagine that tree to be, and grow your branches up high into Alpha sky. Drive your roots down deep into Omega Earth. I call on you in the east, Alpha. I call on you in the west, Omega. I call on you in the north, Alpha. I call on you in the south, Omega.
Alpha
Et Omega.
the beginning
And the end.
and the path of the age between sunrise
And sunset.
and the path of the sun between birth
And death.
and the path of life between Alpha
Omega.
Oh, welcome back to Alpha Omega Free Churches. Once again, we celebrate the lost rites of the secret teachings of Jesus. This morning we begin by reaching out to the angels in the invisible once again. Angels of the 9th Treasury of Light, attend. Watchers, we know your names, so stand aside as we enter the treasury. Let the watchers withdraw, and let us enter into the 9th Treasury of Light. And there are 12 heads in my Father's treasury, and these are the names that are in the places when they sing praises to my Father, and he gives light power to them. Shining angel, head in the place of the east. We call upon you using your secret name left to us by the living Jesus. Aoza Eya. Aoza Eya. Ahoba Inoza. Ahoba Inoza. Oza Oe. Oza Oe. Eya ah. Eya ah. Naranezao. Naranezao. Gozazai. Gozazai. Tonezea. Tonezea. Alpha Ωmega. Alpha Ωmega. Dozeia. Dozeia. Ezapsachonza. Ezapsachonza. Barezazai. Barezazai. Eyafaza. Eyafaza. So we completed our journey through the places, evoking each of the 12 mighty angels' head in its proper place and proper rank. Until at length we came into the place of the midst, the place of the middle, the place of the center, the place of the Father of the Treasury of Light. O Father of the Ninth Treasury of Light, by your cipher and by your name, we invoke you. Ioe Ithoi. Ioe Ithoi. Let the divine light descend. It is the intention of this ritual and our fervent prayer to establish human liberty worldwide.
Establish human liberty worldwide.
Abolish slavery in all its forms.
Abolish slavery in all its forms.
And establish a pro-human future.
Establish a pro-human future.
Restore the purity of our
Restore the purity of our air.
Of our water.
Restore the purity of our water.
Our food.
Restore the purity of our food.
And our medicines.
Restore the purity of our medicines.
Protect humanity from extinction.
Protect humanity from extinction.
And protect the integrity of our genetic
Protect
code.
the integrity of our genetic code.
All these things we ask in the name of the living Jesus. Amen.
Amen. So mote it be. Take a moment now to again feel into your body. This ancient magical rite we are doing together helps you experience more God Force energy. What does God Force energy do for you? God Force energy does something very important, something our ancestors treasured, something so many people understand so very, very well. And that is the idea of standing your ground. Standing your ground, what does that mean? That means claiming a place and defending it. You know, there's this television show. I laugh about it all the time. The only part I remember about this show is this guy who would constantly scream, "Bebinba!" That was his thing. He had a piece of land taken from him during a war, and all he could think about doing was getting it back. His entire life mission was about getting it back. Because what? Because when the time came for him to stand his ground and protect what he had, he couldn't. And so his whole life was spent trying to get it back. Bebinba. And it's such, to me, it just screams of loss and desperation and futility and the act of banging one's head against a wall. Why let it go in the first place? That was always my question. Why did he let it go in the first place? And that's what I ask you. You who have freedom right now. Freedom. The kind of freedom our ancestors only fantasized about. And yet you're willing to give it away for what? So you can go to a football game? So you can get a free hamburger? What are all the reasons they're giving you to do this thing you don't want to do? Don't do it. Stand your ground. If you have to think of a word, I mean, anytime anybody starts saying anything, I instantly think, Bebinba! You know, stand your ground. Don't try and claim it after it's been taken from you. And that's what Jesus taught. Jesus taught how to be happy where you are. It doesn't matter if the world is crumbling around you. You can still tell a joke or two. Let them call it gallows humor, but you're the one that's going to die with a light heart. And a light heart is what makes it easy to ascend, because you have faith. And that's the other part of the Bebinba story. He had faith that through his action he could actually reclaim what he had lost. And see, humanity has done that so many times. Did you think that when Jesus brought the message of freedom that he was the first? No, he was the, maybe in a long line of godly avatars who come to earth. God incarnate comes to earth periodically to remind us of what's important, to reteach us what we have forgotten. That's why all the great teachers have an important place in my heart. Krishna, Buddha, Rumi, Jesus, Two Feathers, all of these people have great teachings to give if you will just open your heart and listen. And what is the big thing that I'm telling you about God Force energy today? That God Force energy is your anchor. I've seen a lot of Christians who use the anchor as their symbol because, you know, the anchor is a beautiful sign. It implies stability and force. but it's also iron, so it strengthens you in lots of different ways. And what I'm telling you now is to hold your ground. That's one of the good things that God Force energy is good for. Do you think Jesus would have been able to sustain his mission without the ability to stand his ground? How about when he kicked over those tables in the temple of the moneylenders? Boy, that was claiming new ground, I think. That's reclaiming an old thing and getting it back. And what is it that you need to stand your ground for? Or what is it that you've lost and you're trying to get back? This is what God Force energy is for. God Force energy can tell you the difference between a good plan and a bad plan, between something you need to get back and something that's better off lost, when you need to stand your ground and when you need to walk away. God Force energy teaches you the difference in these things, teaches you when it's important to stand your ground, when it's important to speak your mind, when it's important to ignore whatever it is that humanity is telling you and instead follow God. Very difficult path I'm talking about, to ignore absolutely everyone and everything around you and do that which God wants you to do. My goodness, what an amazing commission you have been given. The commission of God to be one of his warriors, to slough off all the cares and concerns of this world and put your focus 100% on God. Every step you take, let it be taken in his path. Every bite of food that goes into your mouth, let it be blessed. Every time someone steps on your toes, forgive them, bless them, pray that they do better next time. Rise to the occasion. Rise to what it is that God has envisioned for you. How do you do this? How do you keep so strong in the face of so many difficulties? Well, you turn your mind towards the idea of God and the God Force and his son Jesus, who walked his steps better than anyone. And then you do the same thing Jesus did. Square your shoulders and you take in another deep breath of God Force.
Thank you, Leslie, for that beautiful message on this Monday morning. If you'd like to know more about the secret teachings of Jesus, or if you would like to find out more about this ritual, be sure to drop by our website at alphaomega.church. While you're there, download our free ebook that gives you the entire beginnings of the secret teachings of Jesus system. Also, while you're there, we ask that you consider leaving a donation. We depend entirely on you for the furtherance of this mission. And so far, we're doing it very, very well. So we appreciate your continuing patronage, and we'll be here with you and for you again tomorrow morning in the hour of sunrise. And until then, have faith and expect a miracle.
And until we have the pleasure of each other's company again, may the God Force run strong within you. And, as always, may your prayers and your magics work better than expected.